Reunion. Hello, y'all. I was selling crack on a private jet up in the hell and back. But no confusion, this a reunion. Hello, y'all. Welcome back. Get murder here. He counting money. He said, "Can man, the hell with rap." I'm only here to shit on niggas and piss on bitches. Welcome, ass. I bought jewelry and bikes, nigga. Black Benzes and white Vigors. Now I'm out here and I'm looking for more chandeliers and light fixtures. Nah. I don't like niggas, what's wrong with me? I'm a hype nigga, but this 44 turn to Michael Jordan. I look and say, take flight.
Welcome back to It Is What It Is. This episode is sponsored by Underdog. The app is an easy way to make some cash just by making picks on your favorite players. Underdog is available in more than 30 states, including California, Texas, and New York, just to name a few. Make sure to support the show by hitting the link in the bio and downloading the Underdog app. Use code MACECAM or STAT to get up to $1,000 in bonus credits with your first deposit and a free pick. I'm Treasure Wilson, aka Stat Baby, along with your hosts, Mace and Cam.
Killer, what's good, man?
Murder, what up, man? How you?
Chilling, man.
What you doing? You been all right? How was your day?
Real good.
It's early today. How was your day yesterday?
Really good. And yours?
It was cool. Niggas went to Ricardo's.
I figured you would take a flight out there.
Yeah, I waited till 7:30. I just went, I was only going for the invitation.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
man.
I just went for the invitation.
How was the food?
Some calls is good. It's
good?
It's good.
What do they serve there?
Lamb, seafood. It's kind of all good shit. It was good.
Right.
It was good. It was delicious. Delicious. I waited in the car. I got mine to go.
Glad you enjoyed your food. Great to hear.
Yeah,
Great
man.
to hear.
I
Okay.
just accepted an invitation. That's it.
Oh, man.
Okay. So we're actually going to start with the Mavs, guys. Some really sad news. Kyrie is right now, he's hurt. He was helped off the court with what is currently declared as a left knee injury. The crowd broke out cheering for him as he stayed on the court to hit 2 free throws before leaving the game. The Mavs went on to lose 122-98. But hearing that Kyrie has an injury, Mace, what was your initial thoughts to that?
What a somber way to start the show. Kyrie being hurt. Oh, man. This is like catastrophic for the Mavs. I mean, they're already looking at AD being out, and now Kyrie being out is that's just, it make you feel like you made the wrong trade almost, you know? They say time tell you if you made the right decision or not. And this is one of those decisions that haven't yet been able to tell us if it's right or wrong just yet, but it's looking like it's going in the wrong direction. You know, right now, I don't know what the Mavs will do without Kyrie and AD, but I think, you know, if the best come out of this, Klay Thompson heat up, he become the man, and then when they come back, maybe they have the Klay Thompson of old. That's the optimistic way to look at it. But, you know, we'll see.
No, this doesn't look good for the Mavs at all. Look, Kyrie, first of all, shout out to Kyrie. He's having a sensational season.
Yeah.
Before this happened. It didn't look good. He needed help getting off the court. Hopefully, maybe this is just and I'm thinking optimistic as well, a 3-4 week thing. They could stay in the playoff contention, maybe, because right now they're in the 10th seed. And that means they're in the play-in, the last spot in the play-in. And you got to realize there's no Gafford. AD's supposed to come back in a couple weeks, so I know they was looking forward to come back with AD, Gafford, and Lively, and Kyrie being in the rhythm. But I'm not sure. They're actually currently, and I didn't know it was this much of a distance now that I'm looking at it, and this is really sad that the Phoenix Suns are actually 4 games out of the play-in. They are 5 games under 500. I don't know what happened in Phoenix. It looked like it was going to be promising, and it just has not turned out to be a little bit promising. So looking at it, Phoenix, and I'm just looking at the standards. I don't mean to dwell on Phoenix, but night after night when I look at them, it seems like they just can't seem to get together. I seen them play Minnesota the other night. Ant-Man gets off. It seems like Ant-Man loves playing against Phoenix. He does his thing against Phoenix. He's actually swept them last season in the playoffs, and he has his way with Phoenix whenever he wants to have his way with Phoenix. He actually had 44 points last game against Phoenix. He gets hyped when he plays against them. But I've seen a few games, and they can't just seem to get it together. We're talking about Devin Booker here, who was probably, we thinking, going to be first-team All-NBA for the next 6, 7, 8 years. And it seemed like he almost fell off the face of the earth. So right now, with that being said, Dallas is an 10th seed. I don't know if they can hold on, because after Kyrie got hurt, the ball game just went downhill for Dallas. They lost by 20-something points. They didn't look like they had any type of rhythm on the floor without Kyrie. It didn't look good. So I don't know where to say it goes for the Mavericks, because we don't know the extent of Kyrie's injury right now. We know Anthony Davis has a timetable to come back, Lively and Gafford, but right now with this new injury, I don't think they could do it without Kyrie, and hopefully he could be back at least for the playoffs if they make it to the play-in.
Okay. And then, Mase, how do you think Mavs GM Nico Harrison is feeling right now with everything going on right now within the organization?
That's pretty much what I was speaking to in the beginning, that, you know, when you look back on this trade, history will be made and legacy will be determined by it. And if this doesn't turn out to be great, it's definitely going to look horrible on his part, because it's almost like you forced a trade that did not have to happen. And right now, I think he's seriously concerned. But sometimes when other emotions are involved, that's the decisions you make. You know, we're watching in this time of life, a lot of people just make crazy decisions based on their emotion. They just tell you the stability of the person or the instability of the person, and that's what we're looking at. So I think when it's all said and done, hopefully he will not regret this decision, but that's going to play into the health. That's going to be caused based on the health. If the health goes well, if Kyrie health holds well, and AD health holds well, which is a large question to ask, he'll look good. But if not, it'll be bad.
Yes, you're talking about Nico?
Yeah.
Well, as far as Nico is concerned, he doesn't look good. Doesn't look good at all, because the fans love Luka. That's first and foremost. Kyrie gets hurt. And right now we don't have a timetable for the centers. We got one for AD, but you got potentially 3 starters there right now. I'm not going to fault him for the trade, because, look, let's be honest with you. Luka wasn't playing when he got traded. Luka might have played his first game 2 games ago, for all we know. But when Luka got traded, the determination kicked in. Oh, niggas playing with me? Word? I'll be ready next week. Luka hadn't played since Christmas. But when he got to the Lakers, he only sat 1 game, maybe 2. I'm not sure. I know it was 1, possibly 2, and he was ready to go. And we don't know what his timetable would have been with Dallas, because Luka felt invincible in Dallas. I'll be ready when I'm ready. I'm not in shape. I'm tired. I'm drunk. I'm this. I'm that. So I don't know if Luka would have been playing. I think he would have been playing by now, but we don't know, because he was real comfortable in the Dallas organization. When he got with the Lakers, he like, oh, fuck all that. I'm not hurt no more. Coincidentally, he's not hurt anymore, and he's balling out. So right now for Nico, it doesn't look good, especially with people getting hurt, etc. But I'm not going to say and act like Luka would have been back doing mad work for Dallas right now, because Luka wasn't playing either. But at the moment, it doesn't look good for him at the moment. We'll see. Time will tell.
Okay. And then, not to beat a dead horse, but now I guess season ticket prices are going up. So they said it will go up by an average of 8% next season. And the increase is due to ongoing investments in the team and fan engagement. Does this make sense to you, Mase?
No, I thought that the price of tickets should have gone down by now, especially with the way that people find themselves not able to play, not showing up for games, not dressed for games, not interested in playing after getting major 8-figure checks and 9-figure checks. It just doesn't make any sense that the price is going up for a product that is still undecisive.
Yeah, I think personally, you got a lot of season ticket holders saying, fuck this, I'm not season ticket holders no more. I didn't pay for this. So you're giving season ticket holders back their money this year, and now you got people who probably started, I don't know how the system works, but you got people who live in Dallas who's rich, or people who's fans, etc., who buy their season tickets ahead of time. So right now they're probably seeing a decrease in season ticket sales from this year because they're returning fans' money. And then next year, because people are not investing so far in next year's ticket sales. So now they got to make up for the ticket sales that they're not getting that they probably usually get this time. Mase is correct in my opinion. Because of the inconvenience, because you don't have a generational talent on the team like Luka at this particular moment. Not saying Anthony Davis isn't good, but Luka's 5 years younger than him. He's first team All-NBA five times in a row. He's the current scoring NBA scoring leader. Just came off the Western Conference Finals. Just lost in the finals. He has a great resume without a championship. Not a league finals MVP yet, but not finals MVP, league MVP yet. But fans are mad. Fans are mad. I could see when Luka goes back to Dallas on April 2nd, that building erupting for everything he does. From the time he walks out, from the time he's on the layup line, to the time they announce his name, to every shot he made, that arena is going to go crazy for Luka more than they will for the Dallas Mavericks. So at the end of the day, I think this is something behind the scenes that they're not telling us, to where it's jeopardizing their bottom line, not in a major way, 8% way, but for the inconvenience, it should be a decrease. But I understand business as well.
Yeah, I think they built a major opportunity for mistrust in that organization, especially among the players and the staff. When things like that happen, it make you feel like nothing is stable, and you don't build much camaraderie with that.
Yeah.
So, especially faithfulness to the organization won't be there for a very long time. Because if you'll trade somebody like that, no, like we say, nobody is safe. But when nobody is safe, nobody is sure, and you need that security in order to get people to buy into whatever it is that you're doing. So yes, they'll be going crazy for Luka, and it'll almost be like they're rebelling against the organization.
Okay, so I kind of want to compare some teams because you mentioned the Suns. Obviously, right now we're talking about the Mavs,
Yeah.
but Mate's going to let you go first. Do you think that the Mavs are having the worst luck this season? Or does another team come in?
There's probably somebody else that comes to mind. I think the Suns is having the worst luck. I mean, because if you spoke to anybody and said, hey, I'm going to give you Bradley Beal 2 years ago, you said, I'm going to give you Bradley Beal, I'm going to give you Kevin Durant and Devin Booker all on the same team. There's absolutely no basketball savant or anybody that used those type of terms that would not have had the Suns very high on that list. And now to even be communicating as if they're in a play-in, it's like blasphemy. It's almost from the basketball sense, because they have everything you need to win a championship on that team, other than a big man, a real big man. But they have enough generational talent on that team to do what needs to be done. So I think their luck is worse than the Mavs at this point.
I don't know if luck is the word that I'm using for this particular I don't know if luck is the word that I'm going to use for this particular team, but I do think Mase is correct. But I would put the Phoenix Suns at number 2. And like I said, I don't know if the word is luck, not motivated, not focused, injuries, etc. But I'm going to go with the Philadelphia 76ers before anybody in the NBA. You wouldn't have thought that they would be where they're at right now with Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, and Paul George. I was thinking maybe second or third in the East. I had Boston when the season started. I had Boston, Milwaukee, and then probably a fight between Philly and New York for third and fourth. Milwaukee, we seen them get off to a slow start. They're climbing their way back in. I believe they're in the 5th seed right now. But if anybody has the worst luck, not motivation, injury, whatever you want to call it, whatever word you want to use, is the Philadelphia 76ers, because nobody would think that they would be where they're at. Phoenix Suns, I agree with Mase, but at the same time, they're in the West. That's not an excuse for the talent that's on this team. But in the East, come on. Philly, to be not in the play-in right now, that's kind of wild.
So are you saying the East is easier than the West?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. I just wanted to have it on record.
It was on record for your acts.
That was good.
You're good. Fast on your feet.
Yo, my word travels.
That's great. Okay. So the Rockets played the Thunder but went on to lose 137 to 128. Now, in this game, a lot of Rockets players were unavailable, but also on the flip side, SGA did drop 51 points.
Come on now.
Mase, what were your thoughts on this game?
You said it in the beginning. They weren't available. When they're not available, what are they on a field trip? Like, where are they at during this time of basketball? Just sitting around in street clothes?
I mean, some of them are hurt, but it just says they are unavailable.
That's crazy. I don't like the sound of that. I don't like the sound of, here's an NBA game. You're getting 30 million. Let's say you're getting 40 million. Somebody's getting 18. They say, yo, you playing tonight? I'm unavailable. What does that mean? Like, you got a sign on the door when the coach come in? I want to know more about this. I'm going to ask Rich Paul and a few other people, Rich Kleiman and people like that. How does that look when the game comes, or Sham, somebody like, you just decide at 2 o'clock, I ain't playing today? Like, your check came in, you got your check, you got your money, and in the middle of getting taped up, they say, hey, it's your time to get taped up. You normally get taped up at 2. Oh, I'm unavailable. Is his phone on D&D? Like, what is really going on? I want to understand that. You understand how that works, Killer, when they just say that they're unavailable?
Just looking at the list of people who didn't play for Houston, reasons why: Sagan, lower back soreness; Dylan Brooks, knee contusion; Steven Adams. Thompson had a shoulder soreness. Now, Steven Adams is the one thing that's not injury related. It says coach's decision. So those are the reasons.
Sound like a strip club party to me. His back, his shoulders,
yeah,
and lower leg.
Paul's got wow.
Yeah,
they got wow.
Yeah, so this is the reasons why.
I'm not saying they did. I'm just saying, that's what it kind of sounds like.
Yeah.
Either way, you don't like it.
I don't like it. Not with the approach to the playoffs. Like, as you start getting closer, you got to get to the playoffs. You got to be more dialed in. You got to be more. The team is supposed to gel more. They supposed to become more cohesive, more oneness, more people figuring out how to lose something of themselves, so they could be a greater team. This is that month for that. It's no longer Black History Month. This is the time you start preparing for the playoffs.
Yeah, I totally agree. That was going to be my point about this game. When Mase just said, this is not, if you can't play, you can't play. It is what it is. But this is the time for teams to start getting ready for the playoffs. Absolutely. Gelling together, like Mase just said. So where I'm looking for, cohesiveness. Everybody needs to be on one page. And when you get these games that you do in November, December, January, I can't play, he can't play. It fucks the cohesion up for the team. I actually watched this game, though. Houston was doing really well in this game. And then it was a surge in the third quarter by a nigga named Shea Butter, I call him, SGA. That nigga went crazy, my nigga. He's just really unstoppable to the point where you can't do nothing about it because he has a great mid-range game. Some people could shoot the three, some people could get to the basket. The thing about it is Shea dribbles good, so I watched a lot of this, his stop and start, his hesitation. When you think he's going to go for a layup, he knows how to put on the brakes and shoot the short 8-foot jump shot. When you think he's going to shoot the 8-foot jump shot, he gets in the lane. When he's open, he hits the three-point shot. His third quarter surge was just fucking ridiculous, and it's proved to be the difference in the game. Houston was sticking in there. Jalen Green, he did pretty well, but it was a clear-cut, decisive best player on the floor last night. It wasn't even close. Nobody in the building. I don't give a fuck if the ghost of Sean Kemp was there. Nobody in the building could fuck with Shea Butter last night. And that's what I'm going to refer to him, because the nigga's smooth, pause. That nigga is nice. And it was a clear-cut difference. Jalen Green, as much as he tried, he couldn't do nothing about it. But the one thing that stood out outside of Shea Gilgeous-Alexander performance was Hartenstein and Chet. They might be an official Twin Towers if they figure it out. Because moving Chet to the 4, having Harnstein at the 5 in that starting lineup, them niggas was killing because, listen, Chet is underrated as a 4. You know, he's tall, so we look at him as a 5. He knocks the 3 down. He penetrates. So when he penetrates and draws the defense in, he's throwing alley-oops to Harnstein. Harnstein out there catching that. They are 1-2 tandem at the 4 or 5 position because if you don't help in double teams, Chet can lay the ball over you. And then if you double team, Harnstein's ready for the alley-oop. That is a real great 4 and 5 position. Will it last through the playoffs? We'll have to see. Somebody asked me about OKC actually yesterday, and I said that OKC should get to the Western Conference Finals minimum, if not the championship. But thing about it is they're still young, and then you have to see how they play teams in a 7-game series. It's not one thing just to say, let's just use Houston because it was Houston. You don't play Houston and then go play the Nuggets, then go play Sacramento, then go play the Raptors, then go play the Heat. You have to see this team again in 2 days, and they make adjustments for you. So what adjustments are you going to make? OKC looked sensational last night, even though Houston looked decent and a lot of people didn't play. That's not OKC's fault. I think they look good. But I like everybody know with Shea, he's leading ballot for MVP this year. We know that with his 51 points, which was amazing. But Chet and Harnstein, Isaiah Harnstein, that was a great tandem to watch as well. So we need to keep an eye on those two.
Okay, so an interesting game. There is actually 53 personal fouls called in the Cavs versus Blazers game. Cavs went on to win 133-129 in overtime, but Cavs Ty Jerome said, I thought the refs were really bad tonight, especially Natalie. She was really bad. Stuff like that happens. They kind of lose control of the game, and you just got to keep your head up. I thought that first half was ridiculous. Third quarter was horrendous. And then by saying that in return, the NBA fined him $25,000. So Mase, do you think players should be allowed to be vocal about things like that? And then what are your thoughts on all of those fouls called in the game?
Yeah, for beginners, the fouls that they were calling was ridiculous. I hate to point out a female ref. I won't do it, but the calls were bad. You know, when you got somebody calling the calls that they're calling, and when it comes to female refs in particular, I know it's a sensitive topic because on one end you're saying they're part of the game too, but then you don't want. It doesn't look right when a guy's arguing with a woman ref about the call, like, yo, what you doing? And he's all in her face, and you're like, you can't do that. But then if it was a guy, it would be cool. So there's a lot of things right there that's very uncomfortable and sometimes could look like it's in a cringing mode. But, when it comes down to the players, they should be able to say something, especially challenging calls that are absurd, things that shouldn't be called. And when it came down to the game, I don't think realistically nobody expects like Portland to beat the Cavs at this point. So I think it was a game that Portland came out, played their hard. Maybe they heard Cam's take, and they tried to figure out a way to beat the Cavs. And, they put up a good fight, but the inevitable was inevitable.
So let me ask you a question. Why can't you yell at the female referee?
No, I didn't say you couldn't. I said it just looks crazy because as much as they try to say they're a part of the game, like with the fellas, then when you do it, they're protecting a woman. You get what I'm saying?
It's equal opportunity, right? You want equal opportunity. Then when niggas give you equal opportunity.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What do you call it? I forgot the word, but you know what I'm talking about. It's a fake double standard. It's a triple standard. I'm going to call it a triple standard.
I think this, before I get into the fouls, I think you could, if you're going to yell at a male referee, you could yell at a female referee. I think what happens is, what you can't do is say, niggas can't let these bitches ref the game and all this wild shit. These bitches don't know what the fuck they doing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because people, Van Fleet got close to hitting the ref. So it's like you can't you can't bump the female ref.
Draymond yells at refs all the time. And I'm not co-signing hitting or bumping or anything else. But if you could yell at a male referee, I think you could yell at a female referee.
So
I think,
can you walk past and just bump them? Not hard,
I don't think you could be
but
able to bump no referee because it's going to be a technical foul.
like you didn't see him, you know.
They know when you see him. that's male or female. I think that when drawing the line, because Chris Paul said this when the first female referee came in the league years ago. He's like, just these women, man. I don't know if they know what they doing out here. And he got fined for saying that as well. But I just think if you're going to yell at a male, you yell at a female. What you can do is talking about these females don't know what they doing, they dumb as shit. Yeah. I don't think that's right. But if it's equal opportunity and you're out here roughing the game, cool. But I do understand your point. It looks cringeworthy. I get it.
So can she be like, you know what? Y'all niggas is playing soft. Pause.
I mean,
and I'm letting the game go.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I remember that referee tried to fight Tim Duncan. He told him nigga meet him after the game. I forget that referee told Tim Duncan. He's like, yo, what side meet you after the game? Some refs are like that. I think if a female referee, if I'm playing a female referee said that some shit like that to me, it might turn me on. So I'm just different.
She said, y'all playing soft. I'm going to let y'all play. Yeah. Stop crying.
Yeah.
All that. What do you think, Stat?
I was going to say really quick to that point, because Embiid faced backlash for yelling at a female ref because he got real close to her face and stuff like that. But I just feel like you can't, like, when you're in a space like that and it's a male sport, like, you can't be like, oh, let me not. Like, if you're frustrated, you should be able to comment against what she did because she's part of the game at that point. I don't think it should be like, oh, because she's a girl, like, I can't say how I feel. Like, I still feel like that should be allowed. But also to Ken's point, I don't think you should call women out their name, because I feel like when there's a disconnect, then it's quick to be like, oh, she's a B, she's a thought. This is why women can't be part of da-da-da. Like, that is unnecessary.
Why would you call a ref a thought?
You would be surprised. In this little industry, all it takes is when a woman's part of it, she's this, she's that, she's this, she's that, even if she's not. So that just be what people be quick to say.
But
so
what if she is? Should he be fined? If she is, if he knows
that's
different
subjective,
players.
because that shouldn't even be a conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's a lot of thoughts in high positions around the world, not just referees. It's a lot of thoughtiness.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if he knows something, should he not be able to tell the truth? And should you be fined for the truth? I don't think you should be fined.
But I'm saying it's this, and I'm not saying this person's a thought and not anything like that. I have no opinion on her. But I remember when Carmella was racing, they had pictures with her with a pimp or some nigga like that. Niggas was calling him a thought. What's the
Kamala?
nigga? Yo,
Who's Camilla?
Camilla, she lost, so I don't be keeping up. No disrespect to her. I ain't seen her in a minute.
No, they had a picture of her online with the Doritos.
Yeah, what's the nigga Larry that you Camilla?
Kamala?
Sorry, Kamala. Like before you was vice president, I didn't know who you was because Staten I don't vote, so this isn't personal. I don't get email you Yoka name right, so and I talk about sports all day. I just learned Mike Tomlin. I called him Mike Tomlinson. So at the end of the day, it's not personal towards the name. But Larry, who is she? The female running for the vice president, running for president. She was
Kamala Harris.
She was running around with a nigga, and they was like, he's an old pimp.
She was.
Yeah, he was. She used to mess with the what was the bald head dude? Used to have the talk show. She messed with him first, and then Willie Day.
Who's the guy with the bald head? Pause.
Remember the talk show host?
Montel?
Montel was the first one to get her.
Wow.
And then
the Willie Davis nigga was type pimping, like not pimping her, but he had a pimp swagger.
Yeah.
And she had the pimp aura.
Yeah, he had a pimp aura. She was like on the arm, like happy about it. You know what I'm saying? So niggas was posting. That's the only reason I know about. Like I said, I'm not really political, but niggas was posting it like, look at this thought. And I'm like, damn. Niggas called a thought. So I get what that's
what I'm saying.
No,
people,
I'm agreeing with you.
Guys be quick to call a girl a thought or a B or a what. I'm like, dang. Like,
it was Willie Brown.
So who's Willie Brown?
Willie Brown was the mayor. He was the mayor of San Francisco, and he called her a hoe. He called her all kind of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he said. Said she worked her way to the top.
Willie Brown said
Willie
that?
Brown said that, yeah.
Said she worked the system?
Yeah. She was with Montel. You ain't never seen the video where she's with Montel? The lady goes, "Who is this, your daughter?" And she's like, "No, I'm with him." You never seen that?
Yeah, but
Yeah, man, she was working the
crazy.
system.
that's why I
Playboy.
know about this, because they was calling her THOT. So I was saying to Stat's point that, yeah, anything you do, even if she didn't fuck Willie Brown, that niggas is like, what you doing with Willie Brown?
Yeah.
Willie Brown name was that like that?
Willie Brown was the man in San Francisco, first black mayor in San Francisco.
But he had that aura.
He had that.
Yeah.
He was on some gangster shit.
Yeah,
For real.
you know what I'm saying?
For real.
So.
He was the first one to come out and say, like, when 9/11 happened, that they told him not to fly on September 11th. Like, that's how he got. The niggas was like, damn, this nigga a gangster. Like, but he was a gangster before. Just the females, like.
The harem.
Willie wasn't playing.
Yeah. But anyway,
Wow.
I would bring that up to prove that even if you're running for president, you could be considered a THOT, let alone a referee. And I'm not calling Camilla a THOT. I'm just reiterating some things that I read, and I'm not really big
I
into
took a photo with her one day.
Oh, yeah?
You did?
Yeah, I just got done selling about 100 pounds. Killer tell you, I sold about 100 pounds, and they said, yo, they want you to come over here and take a picture, me and my daughter. And I dressed
They
just
wanted
like,
you to take a picture with Kamala?
yeah, I dressed just like a dope boy.
She
too.
knew you was moving pounds?
Yeah, she said, congratulations on the grow. I said, yeah, no problem. Real spit. I'm not lying.
But
I
it
got
was
the photo.
legal. It was
Yeah, it was legal. I literally sold 100 pounds. I went right over there. What's happening?
Yeah, like
Yeah, you said 100 pound like it was illegal though. It was.
I mean, shit, it is. The fans can come in. They could have came in and got me.
what the whole thing, Murder, why you frown upon it, whether it's legal or not, it's 100 pounds.
100 piece. You know what I'm
100's
saying?
100. And
Fans could have shut us down.
And then, like Larry said, that shit ain't federally legal nowhere.
She was like,
That shit is always available for the feds to come in.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I just took the
Where's
shot.
the
'cause I-
picture? I can't go with that. I can't go with that.
I'll send it to Nick right now. I felt like a real dope boy.
Yeah, slow
back
down,
to your
Larry.
point.
Kamala still know people.
Back to your point, Kim. I don't know
Yeah.
how we got here.
Yeah, Larry's a big deal
Yeah,
out here.
it's 100 piece.
You know what it is like? Y'all really know, like, because he come in with the sweats and glasses. Larry introduced me to the mayor, the governor, all the commissioners out here in Vegas. Shout out to all the congressmen that I met that Larry put me up to. I got my weed license. Larry just walked me in and I have a weed license.
Yeah.
But
We doing big things out here, man. Kelly got land. He got all kind of shit.
Yeah.
Utah, we doing big shit over here, man.
yeah, shout out to St. George out there in Utah. What's that other
it's
town?
real casino shit out here.
What's the name of the other town we in?
We was in
Outside
St. George.
I forget the new town. But shout out to my nigga, what's that real?
Tommy
Shout out to my
Hirado.
nigga Tommy. We gonna be in Utah soon
You know what I'm
with
saying?
some construction going on out there. Cedar City, matter of fact.
Cedar
That's
City,
the name
there
of
it is.
But let me get back to what we was talking about. 52 fouls. That is ridiculous. The refs
53.
53, 52, whatever it was, pardon me. The most fouls since 1953. Reason I said 52 because it's the most fouls scored in the NBA since 1952. And then you wonder why the fans aren't engaged in the game or not watching the game. Imagine how much this slows the game down when you're looking at 53 fouls in one game. And then you're trying to be patient because that's not the sexiest game to watch. The Cavs against
Blazers.
who was it? The Blazers.
Blazers.
Yeah, the Blazers. That's not like the sexiest game to watch. So you're trying to put up with it. The refs sometimes put themselves in the game more than the players. This is not about y'all. And I understand there may have been fouls that need to be called, but knick-knack fouls, come on, man. This is unnecessary. Let me explain something to a lot of people. And people who still love baseball, still America's home sport, et cetera, but over the years, basketball and football grew, as well as hockey, I would say as well. Baseball is the only major sport that has no time limit, and not only no time limit, you can't score on defense. So you could be there for 11 hours and go home after 11 hours and the score be 1-0. You can make all the fabulous catches you want, diving catches, save a catch from being a home run. You don't get a point. And you feel me? You sit there all damn day and you don't score. Any other major sport I'm talking about, defense could turn to offense. Whether it's football, basketball, hockey, defense could turn to offense at any given time. And if you slow the game up like this, is going to start to dwell into that baseball slow shit. It's a waste of time. Adam, get on it. Pause.
Okay, so in that game, Ty Jerome did have 25 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds. So next, the Cavs will play the Bulls. Underdog has Ty in this game having 22.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Do you have him higher or lower?
22.
22.5 points, rebounds, and assists versus the Bulls.
This is a tricky one. I'm going to go higher.
Yeah, underdog, y'all. I mean, it's not really tricky for me, but y'all like to play a lot of mind games. Like it ain't me, and it's me. And all 3 stack.
Yeah.
All 3. We going higher, definitely. Yep.
Okay, and then Alonzo Ball's at 10.5 points.
See, this is the one they keep playing with. This is the pause. This is the one they keep playing with. Because you know why? Let me tell you something. They put Lonzo Ball at 10.5 points last game that we did underdog picks for when Chicago was playing, and I picked lower than 10 points. He had 9 points, and the game went into overtime, and he finished with 15. See, this is the shit I'm talking about. If the game would have ended in regulation, it would have been Cold Cam in the building. But because it went into overtimes, he got 5 points over. So if this is another regulation game, which it should be, everything's not going to overtime. He's an 8-9 point nigga at this point in his career. Maybe he'll get back to where he used to be a little bit, but I'm going to go lower.
I'm going to go higher.
Okay. Make sure you guys download the Underdog app so you can make your picks too. We definitely have another one of the Ball brothers to talk about. So we're going to go to break. And when we return, we will discuss the Hornets. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. So we got to talk about the Hornets because Charlotte has a problem. They're on a 7-game losing streak and they're the 14th seed. They just lost to the Warriors 119-101. And I was really looking through what's the problem? What's the issue? What can the Hornets do? How can they become a better team? What's going on?
I wanted to address something before we get into LaMelo. Because I know last take we was talking about thoughts in the reffing area, and I want you to know thoughting is not a sex. You know what I'm saying, Stack? Because I know you're listening to us and you're like, how can you just be called a thought? It's behavior. It's not just
I didn't call anybody a thought. I'm just telling you what I read, and that's that. I didn't call one person a thought at all.
Yeah, we're talking about the ref when they were saying could the ref or something to that term, can a ref be a thought and why they'll be called a thought. It's based on behavior. Like if she's making good calls on the court, but then she's calling niggas at 4 a.m, then that goes with thought behavior. It's the behavior.
I don't think that is gender related. Pop Smoke said, "I'm a thought, get me lit."
Yeah. That's what we're saying. It's behavior.
He said, "I'm a thought, get me lit." Pop Smoke, heterosexual man, God bless the dead, from what I understood. Called yourself
And the girls
thought.
loved it.
Yeah, I'm a thought.
Because they knew it.
Gun on my head. Hey, one in the head. Sit in the clip. Baby.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
That's my shit.
Yeah.
He did eat that. He did eat.
Yeah.
Really quick to your point though, that's cool, but like I just don't think you should be throwing around calling people a thought. They called me a thought for my Luka take. That's not cool.
Well, what's your behavior?
No, I got good behavior. I'm on my best behavior. You tell me what's my behavior, Mase. Like a report card. What's my behavior, Mase?
I mean, to me, I'm not up at those hours.
What?
You have to ask somebody.
Who said I'd be up?
That's what I'm saying. It's based on the hours. It's based on the time.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Mase. You should leave it alone because she clapping while she talking.
Direct eye contact too. Like,
when
I'm
you start
like,
clapping, just move on, man.
I mean, nobody really ever knows anybody.
What?
That's crazy. I don't have
Thank
nothing to do with
you.
this stat.
Thank you. Because clearly,
You know, nobody really
This nigga, what do I know? I have no idea what you talking about, man. That's
who
what
knows anybody these days, you know?
no, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I would love to be like, enlighten me, Mase.
Okay, like we have, like in our society, we have so many things that like happen to people, come out about people. I didn't know that. I'm like, word? When did all this happen?
In response to what?
Like you could be dancing by somebody in a video. You don't know. Yeah. Where did all this happen? So I could be up here with you every day. I don't know.
What? One cap. I feel like
Peter, you
What?
understand what I'm saying? You
no, he's
understand what
just
I'm
shaking
saying?
his head.
Yeah,
He's just shaking
man.
his head. No.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you.
I understand what Mason said. I'm not putting you in that position.
Yeah, we're not putting you in
What
a
I'll say is-
position,
what
but
I'll
I'm
say is
saying
this.
I can't put my word on it.
No, what I'm saying is this, because Stat is not just a host of the show. She's a socialite. She's a star. And what Mason said, and I'm not putting nothing on you, but if we see you on the tour bus with 52 pounds around you,
I don't know that stat.
and I'm not up at them hours. So that's what Mason. He's not calling you anything. He's not saying anything. But I did see a picture on the tour bus with about 50 pounds just lingering around you. So
First of all,
And I believe you.
Let me say something real quick.
No, I believe you.
Let me say something real
I
quick.
saw like a
Woo, that was funny.
and I ain't judging.
No. Let me say something
Yeah,
real
we're
quick.
not judging.
'Cause
That, we used to be wild.
I'm not wild. I'm not wild. I'm not wild. And everybody knows it, and y'all know I don't be in GA. Like, you got to be in VIP. That's it. And people smoke.
What's GA?
People smoke.
What's
and so if
GA?
they smoke, they got that.
General
General
admission?
admission. We don't do that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so if
That's
I see,
all.
like killer,
But this was a tour bus.
Yeah. What's the GA on the tour bus?
It was not a tour.
It's only one admission in the tour bus.
That is all. But that's funny.
Nah, you
but
know-
also, yeah, everybody smokes
Listen,
except me.
And
I
let me
don't.
tell you something.
But
Me
yeah.
and Stat talk all the time. She asks me about it, and I tell her good or bad. You're 23 years old. Live your life, man. You ain't jeopardizing your career, your image, everything else. You're allowed to have fun, man. Period. And I don't know the other shit Mate's talking about, but I was talking.
Yeah, like, what are you talking about?
I don't know what picture he seen. I seen that one picture one time because somebody, like 4 niggas sent it to me, like, look at your girl Stat. Look at your girl Stat. So that's the only reason I knew that.
Nah, I only saw one picture. But and there was some New York guys, but they kind of wild boys, you know. Shout out what's his name? Cash Cobain and Bay Swag.
I mean, okay. Like,
I don't know what
feel like
Larry
you-
does.
I feel
Like,
like-
Larry just said he had 100 pounds. I didn't know that. I'll go to the games to watch him play basketball. I didn't know he was more than 100 pounds.
Gotta keep it low, man. You gotta keep it low sometimes.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? I'm over here playing, said it's Larry Davis and all. Larry really got to work. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm from that generation. I don't know anything.
The Hornets,
Okay.
man.
Yeah, the Hornets.
Yes, thank
Let's
you.
get to the Hornets.
What's their issue? What can they do? How can things be fixed? They're losing too many games and their players are not injured.
It might be the thoughts. I mean,
I say Stocks in Charlotte.
I mean, what else could make them not play well? They got the new GOAT, you know, the number 24. What's his name? The former number 1 pick. Was he the number 1 pick or number 2
Are you talking
pick?
about Brandon?
Brandon? Is he
Brandon?
balling?
I mean, they're all allegedly
Yeah, and
balling.
then
They
you
just not
got
winning.
Miles Bridges doing his thing. You got LaMelo doing his thing, and we're just playing. Not we, but I'm just playing. I don't want anybody that got a girlfriend think we calling a girl a thought. But in Charlotte, it might be turned up. That's the only thing I could think about. Cause how are you losing when you got everybody balling? Everybody's balling. You got Melo getting 50 here and there. You got Miles Bridges getting his numbers. You got Brandon Miller doing his thing. You even
Clarify.
got
Brandon Miller is out for the remainder of this season. That's their only player.
Oh, then that's probably what they're missing. But this team looked like they was, the players were doing well, and that just means they're playing ISO ball, and they got to get more to a cohesive team unit and start understanding and accepting roles. But when you got people playing for different reasons and different agendas, it don't lead to wins. Because sometimes you could get 30, this person getting 25. When really for us to win, we need them to get 10 points and we need them to get 16 rebounds. And once you start accepting your role, then teams start playing that much better. And I think on a team where Melo is getting 50, they're going to lose, and they're going to lose a lot. But if he start getting 28 and 12 assists and 10 rebounds, that's going to make him a legendary point guard. 50 won't do it.
Yeah, tell the truth, I have no idea. I haven't been watching the Hornets, and I'm not going to act like I've been watching the Hornets. I don't watch a lot of losing teams. But the thing about it is when you see the Hornets highlights, they look like, and it's probably a fun team to watch. When you look at LaMelo, and then you look at Miles Bridges, and they throw alley-oops, and they catch them, they got dunks. Melo is shooting one-legged, pulls three-pointers. I was looking at some highlights because they just played against Golden State. And I didn't even know Steph Curry was still in the league. He's on Charlotte as well, Steph Curry's brother. They actually look like a fun team to watch. But sometimes fun ain't going to get it. Fun is not going to win you a championship. It was fun when the Golden State Warriors won the championship because they looked like they were brotherhood. They was hitting shots. It was it looked like a good time. But it looked like a fun team and not a winning team. So I can't tell you what they need to do or what they don't need to do or what's the problem, etc. All I know is that whatever's going on is not translating into wins, and I think they should have more wins than they do have now. But I haven't been keeping up with Charlotte. They have 14 wins on the season, 46 losses. They're actually, let me look, 13 games out the plan. 10 and a half games out the plan. If I want to watch fun, I'll go to a strip club. That's fun for me.
Yeah, I think this Charlotte team, it looks like the old Golden State trying to be the new Golden State. And when I say that, I mean when you got a player like LaMelo that can hit threes from anywhere, but they also got the Miles Bridges that remind us of like the Jason Richardsons and the explosive guards that they had in Golden State. And it's just these losses lets us know that it's time, Charlotte, for you guys to transition into being a championship team and start making the decisions that go with a winning team and a winning franchise. And to do that, you got to get guys to accept new roles. That role that they're playing now, even though you can get 30, we need you to do something different to win.
Okay. Now, switching gears to football, the Bengals franchise tagged Tee Higgins for the second year in a row. The Bengals said they did so with the intent of continuing to work toward a long-term deal in Cincinnati. His tender would pay him $26.2 million for the 2025 season if he's unable to agree to a long-term contract with the Bengals by July 15th. Mase, what is your thoughts?
Yeah, that's just a bad idea waiting to happen. The man already told you want to leave. It's like a relationship. Somebody say they want out and you just doing bigger stuff for Valentine's. It's like, no, they told you they're out, and that's what it looks like with this situation. They're just putting the team in more turmoil because come July, we already know what's gonna happen. They're gonna have people not showing up. You're gonna have people like, oh, he's creating confusion in the locker room, confusion on the team. But the man already told you he don't want to be there. And I like the idea of players starting to be moved when they want to be moved instead of waiting until teams get rid of them.
Mom, what happened? See, Mama Higgins, you supposed to come up here and let us know what the fuck was going on with baby boy. The door's still open. I understand that, we think, a lot of people think we have a controversial show and we go left, which we do. We don't disrespect mothers, and we just want your opinion and your side of the story. You wouldn't talk about anything you don't want to talk about, but we definitely want to hear from you. As far as the Bengals franchising Tee Higgins, I don't think it's not about him not wanting to be there. It's about him coming to a long-term contract. And what happens with these franchise tags is if you don't do a long-term contract and Tee Higgins gets hurt this season, now he's not going to get a long-term contract because he's playing on a one-year deal because he's hurt. When the Bengals sit there and say, we trying to work on getting it done, you've been had time to get it done. This is 2 years in a row that you're franchise tagging him. You're talking about, we're trying to get it done. We're trying to get it done. Y'all look really bad as an organization, the Cincinnati Bengals. You can't get Jamar Chase deal done. You can't get Tee Higgins deal done. You end up having to get Joe Burrow's deal done. Outside of the players, you have the worst cafeteria saying that it's worse than jail food, all type of shit. We supposed to talk about that the other day. As an organization, you guys look pathetic, really, really bad. And you have one of the greatest offensive teams, period. You got Jamar Chase, who won this Triple Crown, or pardon me if I'm saying it wrong, the receiver award. You had Joe Burrow, even though they were losing, having a MVP type caliber season. He wasn't nominated because of the defense. You got Tee Higgins, possibly a 1B receiver, and y'all can't get it together. Ownership or management, this is bad. This does not look good. And I feel Tee Higgins on this because if you can't come to a long-term deal and then I get hurt, you just fuck my shit up. So I feel really bad for him, and hopefully they could get it done.
Okay, and then last football topic. So the Eagles released six-time Pro Bowl cornerback Darius Slay after 5 seasons, right after their beautiful Super Bowl win. This saves the Eagles $4.3 million against their salary cap to make other moves. Mase, does this move make sense to you?
If I'm the Eagles, I'm not changing anything about this championship team. Whatever is right about it, I would definitely make the league beat us. And I'm not saying us like I'm an Eagles fan. I'm not an Eagles fan. But I wouldn't change anything about this championship team. This team has shown resilience. It looked like it was very cohesive. And sometimes moving something that seemed insignificant could have other lingering effects. Like sometimes this player is cool with that player, and by you moving him, it disturbs something over here. Even though this guy is producing more, he gets that energy from this guy, and it's things like that you have to consider. I wouldn't change anything to this team. If I could upgrade something, I would, but I wouldn't take anything out of it because it seemed like they had a great nucleus. Every part of the team was flowing on all cylinders, so I wouldn't change that.
I agree with Mase. I don't know much about him, but he is a 6-time Pro Bowl selection coming off a Super Bowl win. And to Mace's point, sometime when you take the little things away, you think you'll still get it done, and it doesn't happen. We seen that happen last year with Denver.
Mm-hmm.
The Nuggets I'm referring to.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's...
And this but if I had to leave, I would rather leave a champ.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Well, the thing about it is, to me, they either see I have no idea too much about this topic, but they must see a decline on what he's doing, because I'm not sitting here belittling any money, but $4.3 million is not a big hit.
Yeah.
It's not like they saving $30 million or $17 million or $10 million or $25 million. It's 4.3. So they see something that we don't, but it's just something about breaking up teams that just won it in a convincing fashion as well. I don't think should happen.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see where he ends up because I know he did want to essentially retire an Eagle. So unfortunately, that won't be happening. Hopefully, he has a good landing spot and they don't put him into a bad situation because that would be annoying. But that's all the time that we have for today. Thank y'all for watching. And as always, it is what it is.
What you want, nigga? Everything, nigga, super size. Two Big Macs. Like when they doing them 2 for $5.